Hi, this is Jane Young, and today we're going to talk about the fundamentals of financial fitness and getting back to the basics. I know that COVID-19 has been just devastating from a health and financial aspect for so many people, and the financial aspects cause tremendous fear and anxiety. We're all wondering what kind of impact is this going to have on our finances, our financial security. And what I want to do is encourage you to focus on what you can control, and let's get back to the basics. So what we're going to do is talk about some of the fundamentals of financial fitness and just how important they are and how applicable they are to what we're going through today. The first fundamental of financial fitness is maintaining a long-term perspective. Now, this shouldn't be too hard because your financial plan is based on long-term goals. And the money that you have invested in the stock market, well, that should be money that you don't need for at least another 5 years. So you already should be kind of in that mode and set up so that money that's in the market isn't something you're going to need for short-term emergencies or short-term concerns. You also got to keep in mind that 2020 is probably going to continue to be really volatile, a lot of ups and downs. I'm sure we have not seen the last drop in the stock market. However, once we get past this virus, I think the market is going to resume to normal volatility and will probably be stronger than it ever was. So maintain a long-term perspective and try not to constantly daily check your statements and watch what your investments are doing, and try to step away and watch a little bit less of the 24-hour news cycle. The next fundamental of financial fitness is to maintain an emergency fund. Now, historically, I've always recommended that everyone should have at least 4 months in an emergency fund. This is a fund that's liquid, that you can access easily in cash or money markets or something you can get to right away. However, in times like this, I really encourage you to increase that up to about 6 months, especially if you have a job or a business where your income may be vulnerable. This is a really good time to boost up your emergency fund. And if you've already experienced a loss in income as a result of the virus, you're very well aware of how important having an emergency fund is. The next fundamental of financial success is living below your means. And this is the number one secret. I'll tell you, no matter what, this is the number one secret to financial success and getting control of your finances. Living below your means, spending less than you earn. Whether we're going through a crisis or not, this is something that is so crucial that everyone needs to do. So what you want to do is look at your budget, tighten up your spending. And one of the things that's really great about the COVID-19, one silver lining, is that we are spending less money. We're spending less money on eating out and going on vacations and happy hours and getting our hair cut and dry cleaning. Now, I don't know about you, but eating out was just a terrible bad habit of mine. So it's forcing me to rein back some of my bad habits. So really work at that, tightening your budget, looking at how much you spend. And with the money you're saving, boost up your emergency fund, pay down some debt, and then just put some money into savings so that you have more of a rainy day fund in addition to your necessary emergency fund. And if you already have experienced a decrease in income, by doing this, by tightening your belt, that's just going to help you stretch out the money you get from the stimulus or your unemployment until you can get back to a normal income stream. Staying on course to your retirement plan is the next tenet of financial success. And I really strongly encourage you, don't take money out of your 401k or your 403b, your TSP plan. Those are for long-term needs. So unless you absolutely need this money for survival, don't tap into that money. And just because the government eliminated the 10% penalty does not mean that you should take the money out. It does not come without cost. You're still going to have to pay taxes on that money at regular income tax rates, and you lose the benefit of the tax deferral on that money for years and years and years until you're well into retirement. And most likely you're going to be selling stock. If you take a distribution from your retirement account, you're probably going to have to sell some stock while it's low and lock in the losses. So unless you absolutely need the money, really try to avoid taking money out of a 401k, and it's at the expense of your long-term security for short-term gratification, unless it's absolutely necessary to cover your living expenses. Furthermore, if you have not had a decrease in your income, I really recommend that you continue making your contributions and don't make any changes to that. When the market's volatile or the market's down, it's a great opportunity to invest because you're basically dollar cost averaging. You're putting in a set amount of money every 2 weeks or once a month. And what happens is when the market goes down, you're able to buy more shares. When the market's up, you buy fewer shares. So right now is just an ideal time to be doing a systematic investment. So continue to do that if you possibly can. And if you decide you want to put even more money in, be careful not to think you can time the market and try to choose one day where you're going to put a whole bunch of money into the stock market. Rather than doing that, do it gradually, just like you are with your 401k. Do dollar cost averaging where you put in a set amount. If you have $50,000 you want to put in $5,000 a week or something like that. So you gradually put the money in and you're not trying to time when the market's going to be at its low. The final tenet to financial success is stay diversified and rebalance your portfolio annually. It's really important right now at times like this or in any time of crisis is to stick to your investment plan. You set up your asset allocation to meet your needs and where you are in your financial life cycle. That does not change with a crisis. So stick to your plan and stay diversified. Now, once all of this passes and if there have been major shifts in your portfolio so that it no longer matches your target and your plan, then that's a good time to rebalance. But right now, don't make major changes to your asset allocation right now just out of fear, concern of what the market's going to do. Yeah, it's tough out there and it's really volatile, but we'll get through this and things will return to normal. So stay the course and keep your long-term perspective and don't make any major changes to your portfolio.